followers. I got fans. Are you guys trying to see if that's a herpes? Can somebody tell me if that's a herpes or if it's just like a weird ass fucking pimple or what? Is that a larvae? Fly larva? The fuck is that? I felt it pop up though. Like when it popped up, it was like tingly, and then all of a sudden, boom, and I popped out what I thought was a pimple, but it's still there. So anyway, I came back on because I just got 3 new followers. Hi, subscribers. Hi. I didn't read the last comments. My bad. I forgot. I don't even know what I want to talk about anymore. Uh, I probably should take a nap because I still got a full day of work. And I have plans to wash my car, dodge the stalkers in the hall, stalkers in the hallway. Um, my armpit is already halfway funky because I didn't put on my essential oils when I got out the shower. There's my girl. Hi, my booby. Come here. Come here, no booby. No, mama. You hear her? She said, meow. Meow. See, I did half triangle and she still came. Half triangle and she loves me. Say, meow. Don't do that. I got thing on my lip, kitty. Is it from you? Did you give me the thing on my lip? That would be crazy if you did, little larvae mouth. You don't have nothings on your lip. Your teeth are cleaner than mine, too. Kitties in the hall. Isn't that funny? Oh my gosh, so funny. Funny thing. I want to, like, how can I read? I have to open up another device. I want to read the guy's comments. I want to count how many times this guy told this other person, it doesn't matter. She's going to have to pay for it anyway. She's still going to have to pay for it. You threw a motherfucking coffee on my car. It's dirt. It's fucking dirty paint and coffee. And if that protection package is as good as I think it is, I'm going to hit that shit with a power washer and it might leave a little bit of dullness. That's nothing that a detailer can't take out with some motherfucking compound and a scrubber thingy. Even the scratches that I did myself, that's the other thing. The last few cars, you guys keyed the hood of this car really good. But the last couple cars got keyed also. But on this car, I did some of the damage myself on accident with my little shopping cart. And then I can't even tell. I said, is that you or is that me? Is that you or is that me? Because shit happens. So it's funny to me to be stalked and harassed by people who own their cars and don't want people to fuck with it. That's probably why you park your shit under your window. You don't want to know. You're afraid to park your car 2 miles away from here because you know people know what you are and what you're doing. I don't have to live like that. I don't give a fuck. That's the benefits of not giving a fuck. Shit hits the fan if I lose my job and I can't pay for the car. They could come repossess it. It's not going to destroy me. But I make my car payments. And I learned after having one car repossessed, right? When I was younger, I learned it's as simple as picking up the phone and being like, hey, I just got laid off. Could you put one of those payments on the end of my lease? So like for the next month while I look for a job, I don't got to stress about not being able to make a payment. Simple as that. And they'll say, I gotcha. Financial hardship. Boom. Tack the payment on the end. And then they work with you too. They're like, oh, you still haven't gotten a job yet? Well, we could push your payment back 15 more days. We just need you to make half of it. Can you make half of it, you think? And that's how you save your car from getting repossessed. But it's the people who don't want to pick up the phone, who know that they owe money, who are out driving around, getting fast food, buying liquor, doing all kinds of shit. And they're watching you. They look at your Instagram. They're going to go look at your Instagram. They're going to go look at all the places that you like to go hang out. And that's where they send the repossession truck. Right? I remember there's people out there that want to park other people. Make sure, can you park in front of my car because I'm late on my payment? Right? People out there really are like that. They're like, could you block my car in because I know the truck's coming? Do you know when I got it was an Acura RDX, my payment back then was $650 too. That's the most I can, that's what I can afford. It was an RDX payment, 600. I think it's $650. Same car, all-wheel, four-wheel drive. The only thing is it weighed a little more because it was an SUV. WRX has more horsepower. That's why I like this car now. But the car got repossessed, and I heard that motherfucking truck back in. I know trucks well. I said, that's a dually, bitch. And I ran outstairs. I ran down the stairs and outside with my keys. And I said, don't fuck it up. Because I don't know what that tow truck guy knows about the car. I just know he had a job to pick it up. And if you know anything, because you start researching shit like what happens in repossession, your car goes to auction. Well, what happens if it gets damaged on the way to auction? Well, it would be up to you to prove that it got damaged on the way there. So if he didn't put my shit on a dolly and pull it out and tow it properly, he could have fucked up the all-wheel drive system, and then it would have cost me a lot of money. Do you know what it cost me when I had to settle up for that car after the auction? $1,000. That's the same amount of money that I owed on it for one entire year. So moral of the story is just make the car payment. You don't have to go snowboarding. That one snowboarding trip that you want to take is going to be the reason that they come and take your car. And that's what happened for me. So they came and took my car because I had just gotten a new snow. It was one of those. It was like right after my birthday weekend. So I had just gotten a new snowboard, new to me. Bought a new snowboard. I had a season pass, so I wasn't paying for tickets. But just the gas and going out drinking and that type of shit, wanting to be social, wanting to have friends. Oh, my car's all-wheel drive. It's a snowy weekend. I'll drive. Yeah, that was the last weekend I drove because they came and got that shit. So, instead of showing out for your friends, people, they're not even your friends, first of all. These people don't give a shit about you. Instead of showing out for people that don't know you, you don't know, people that want to make you jealous, hurt your feelings or whatever, keep to yourself, keep your money to yourself, take care of your shit. That's where I'm at right now. I stopped doing shit, right? It's not being greedy or selfish. It's cutting out people who use you. Like, I remember someone under the guise of, oh, let's hang out. Bring your sewing machine. I want you to fix this dress for me. Oh, well, you just said a whole bunch of things that make me not want to come over. Because if I was going to come over, I would want to come over to hang out. But I still went there. That was back when I was stupid. And I was like, okay, I'll bring it. Sure, I'll fix the button for you. But I think now, back to it, and she might have been trying to see if I still had the other girl's sewing machine. No, I bought my own sewing machine because I gave her shit back. I gave her shit. I put it on the curb. Maybe I even went so far as to take it to her door, but I don't think so. I think I put it on the curb because that girl called me the N-word. So maybe a housekeeper or something thought it was trash and she came up on it. Thank you. I'm so happy. She should say thank you to motherfucking the people she took it from. But, you know, so sure, I'll fix your button, your zipper, whatever it is. Right. The machine that I was borrowing from somebody I don't think it even had a zipper foot. It was just straight up sewing machine, old school white sewing machine. And I have since had 2 different sewing machines. Neither one belongs to her. 2 different sewing machines, 2 different sergers. No, I think I still am on my first serger. I didn't get the heavy duty serger. Or did I? I can't remember. If I got the heavy duty I don't think I did. I just got the heavy duty sewing machine. I was gonna say, if I got the heavy duty serger, man, I really don't know how much fucking money I spend. Yeah, I think I wanted the heavy duty serger, but I was like, nah, mine still works. And the only reason I thought maybe I would have gotten it is because I travel back and forth to my mom's house, and instead of having to bring that shit back and forth, I would have just gotten a second one. Right? That's when you upgrade. You're like, I got the shit that I want to use in my house, and the shit that I was using, I'm going to take it to my mom's house so I still could use it. Because what I was going to do before all of this fucking stalking, I was going to leave my old sewing machine, the one that I thought was broken, I was going to leave it out by the trash can because I know sewing machines are useful, especially to people who know how to fix things. So my old sewing machine got really loud, and I know how to oil it. My old sewing machine got so fucking loud, like somebody had played around with it, you know? So I went and got a new one. And that was back when they were coming into my apartment and fucking with shit before I had cameras up. So they might have been annoyed with my sewing machine, but they made the sound worse, and I continued to use it while it sounded worse before getting a new one, which ultimately relieves me of everything because now the new one works better, it's stronger, it's gonna last longer. That should go to show you, don't fuck with people's shit. You're not stretching me out. You're not stretching anything out. Tomorrow's promised to nobody. You guys are doing this at the hopes of gaining money, and you're not even saving it. You should be committing a certain portion of all your stocking funds towards saving. I put all of my recycle money towards saving. $3 is not much in the grand scheme of things, but that $3 does make a difference later on when I'm like, oh shit, I really have no money. So recycle. Yeah, I do recycle. I recycle. One of I would go to recycle because I don't want to give up my money. I paid CRV when I bought that shit at the store. So all of that CRV is going to get collected, and I'm going to take it back to the recycle place, and they're going to pay me for the money that I had to pay to the store to borrow their fucking can. If you understand recycling, it's not just for poor people. It's for anybody who wants to keep their money. So I found a time when it's convenient for me. It's convenient for me because I pass a recycling center on my way to go to my post office box. A post office box, if you want to clock how much money I spend, that I pay $100-something for, like $118 for every year, $96, $118, I don't know how much. But keep clocking me. Write down all my bills on your list, and then see if my paychecks match and are able to pay them. They are. So, what is it that you think I'm being extravagant about that I can't afford? Because somebody called me broke or something and said I was ignorant because I was driving a Subaru lease. Like they didn't even spell lease right. And then in my email, I got an email from Indeed where somebody's looking for a hotel clerk. Didn't even spell that shit right. Spelling is so important for getting a job. So if you're looking at me like, how do I have a car? It's because I know how to spell. I was in a spelling bee when I was a little kid. Hotel clerk. And what your hotel clerk email did, it got me to remove a way for you to access me. Unsubscribe. Now you can't access me through your proxy stalker shit. You pay so much fucking close attention to me. And this is for my people out there. I can't wait till I can get to the point where I am as calm as some of my other targeted individuals about this. Because I still feel the need to, it's like telling off little kids. I don't want to tell you off. I feel like you guys should all be able to understand this as adults. But at least in my situation, the people around me who are doing this to me, they're addicted to drugs that ruin your brain cells. So you may have had them at one point or another, and you're still walking through life as if you still have all of them, but you have so few that you don't realize how stupid every single one of your actions is. Every single one of your actions. Like, my eyes turning pink now too. Some shit is happening. I'm starting to look like the people in that disgusting house of horrors. Like, they all look like they had pink eye. It might be pink eye because I took my contacts out with the poo-poo water in my hands. So we'll see. Don't put any of that shit out there, but my eyes are definitely different colors from each other. Is it just the camera angle? Possibly, but I think this eye feels red, starting to turn red. Could be an infection. I think it's time for me to go to the doctor. I still feel fine. And if I get sleep, it should go away. But I gotta get up and fucking wash my car. Wash my car because I'm gonna go get a new one this weekend. Right. And if I were to take it back as it is right now, which I don't know if that's what you guys are thinking I'm going to do, no, I'm going to detail that shit because I'm going to try to get every fucking dollar possible because motherfucker who's like, she still has to pay for it. She still has to pay for it. Who's trying to encourage all you guys to continue to fuck up my car. No, I'm going to clean that shit up so it looks brand new again. It's going to look like the day I got it. Only difference is the motherfucking tinted windows. But I'll pull those off. I'll pull all that off and clean it. And if I get the same body style, I'll just put those windows back on the motherfucking new one. So, it's a joke, right? It's funny. If you maybe let this be a lesson too. If you ever see a bitch that's got a brand new car and uses that motherfucking peel off vinyl tint, just stay away from her. Leave her alone because she does not care. Right? It would be a nice car, a car worth paying $200. It's like $250. Not the biggest deal if you're not broke like some of you guys. You could do it yourself for cheaper with the actual film, but you have to, like, peeling that film off is a bullshit fucking thing. I know the car's going back. I'm gonna put that vinyl shit on it. Next time I might try to do it better. Make sure it goes all the way to the corners and shit. Really follow the instructions instead of just doing it how I want to. But I've watched enough vinyl application and enough window tinting YouTube to know how to get it close, right? Just up to the edge so that the shit doesn't catch when you roll the window up or down. But I think when I was doing that, it was so fucking hot. I did it at my mom's house, and it was so hot. I had to keep getting in and out the car like, god damn. So, no. And the back window is a bitch. Back window is a bitch. You gotta take the fucking hazard light off and maybe even more. Tinting that back window because, so first what you have to do, especially if you're using that vinyl shit, you gotta lay it on a clean external window. So lay it on a clean external window, and that's the shit. You stretch that shit, and then you cut it, and then you slap it up on the inside. Back window is one of the hardest motherfucking things to do, but you could do it. Like mine, because I didn't get positioning right, I had to cut a strip and then just overlay it at the top. And that's why if you ever see any of the videos of me recording in my car and you look in the back, you'll be able to see it's two different pieces of fucking window tint back there. Maybe more. Yeah, just laughing at you guys. I swear, if you see a bitch that has that peel off vinyl tint, leave her the fuck alone. Just do yourself a favor. Don't even bother with her because she does not care. That's it. Right? Like, to the cop that gave me the 45-mile-per-hour speeding ticket because he wants to see me get a warrant so that they really can arrest me, I will show up to my court date in my new car. Stupid. That's another reason why I have to get a car. Because it's kind of a pain in the ass to go to my mom's house, borrow her car, have to go back up, worry about it down here, worry about you guys putting shit on it, worry about you guys blipping the little clicker. I'd rather just have my own car and not worry about it. So, yeah, I have a court date. I didn't forget. I'm going to try to change it 2 times if I can, and hope that the cop doesn't show up. And then I'm going to explain gang stalking should he show up. And I'm going to talk about how this has everything to do with being followed on flock cameras by a group of people who are trying to intimidate me, witness intimidation, trying to get me indicted with them on other charges. Like, I can't tell you, right? Think about my previous employers. I think it's only one previous employer who hasn't been named in some foul ass shit. So, man, the most beneficial thing you could ever do is search fraud and the name of your place of employment. When you search that, and you start getting positive hits for like realistic shit, not like they represented somebody in a fraud lawsuit, like they actually got named in one. It's 2 different things. Like, representing somebody means that's something you do naturally as an attorney. But getting your firm, entire firm, you and the firm named in it, that's something weird, you know? And so I'm so thankful I got up out of there because that would make it hard for me to get a job ever again if I worked for a firm like that. But thankfully that they kept me at a distance by only having me work as a temp while paying $65 an hour for me when I was only asking for 45. Right? So 40. I wasn't even asking for 45. I was asking for 40. They paid me 35. 30? 35. I think it's $35 an hour. And all I wanted was 40. Extra $5. 42, I think it would have been nice. But instead of paying me that, they paid an extra $15. 25 bucks. 25 bucks an hour, because I remember it was like a whole nother person's job. The amount of money that they shorted me compared to how much they paid the temp agency was like a whole nother person's job. So I made 35 and they paid the temp agency an extra 25 to keep me at $35 an hour. Right? And then after 6 months, I did the math and I said, if you guys were really smart on accounting, you would have hired me 2 months ago. But now we're here 6 months with no offer of a job and you guys are still playing with me. So I gotta go. And I left. Well, in the best way I could leave. No, after the shit I seen on TV, there is no best wishes. I seen the coldest shit on TV, and I think that's intent. Whether that's fear mongering or not. I never ever heard of any motherfucking crazy ass criminal doing that shit. At least like in this day and age, he's like, no, I gotta get this one. I don't care if you arrest me, shoot me, kill me, whatever. But I gotta make sure that this person doesn't talk. Right? Man, 2 people lost their lives because somebody's mouth was so big. That's why I'm not afraid. If you wanted to, you would, and they clearly would on the TV. So it's just like I walk through life without fear until the day when the motherfucker wants to. I don't know if you know my brother or my sister. I don't know if you know my brother or my sister. Because if you did, you would realize why it's no fear. If you grew up, it's not trauma. And I don't think that they're like super tough beings. But let's talk about, I don't want to talk bad about my sister, right? Because it's still my blood. But I want people to understand her history and why I say these things about her. My sister at 15 years old left home. And she left home to be with the gangster who I don't know how or when, whatever they met, but she got trafficked. It is my opinion that my sister got groomed and trafficked. And then maybe emotionally abused or whatever, to the point where she thought that having a baby with this gangster was gonna make him stay with her. But he very sadistically, ritually abused her by cheating on her with every single female he could come into contact with, including her own roommate. Motherfucker fucked her roommate and had a baby. Came up in that bitch. Tell me my sister's not scorned. Right? Like, how does that affect you? You got a roommate and your husband, this is her husband, children's father, gave them a half brother. Right? He's dead now. And I think, I don't want to say she has anything to do with it, but could you imagine you marry somebody and they have sex with like 20 other people and have kids with he was very fertile. So could you imagine how somebody, I don't know what her connections are, what kind of power she has, who she's connected to. Maybe she got groomed into a position of power. I don't know. Maybe she decided she's not going to take shit from anybody, and she's done a really good job hiding her connections, at least to our family. Like, we don't talk about this shit. I don't know. I know that there are gangsters that hang out in her house and around her house, but I don't want to connect her to it. I usually think that it's because of whoever her mate is, whoever she is dating. And now I'm starting to think Maybe she's the one, actually. Either she's the one, or everybody knows about her and she doesn't know. And I'm so thankful that I didn't have kids with somebody who's gonna then fucking fuck with me and my kids. Right? And what I mean by fuck with me, like fuck me, like I'm their wife, but also fuck the kids in front of me. Like, I don't know if that's what's happening. Body language tells everything, though, if you ask me, in my opinion. And while I did not move out the house at 15 and get trafficked, I got to witness her do it. So, and then when you realize some people have whole families full of gangsters, right? It's not just the boyfriend or whatever, it's the mama and the daddy, and that shit goes deep, and it goes into neighborhoods. That's why they got me on this motherfucking neighborhood. The whole neighborhood doesn't fucking know me. I'm not a gangster. I don't give a shit. The whole neighborhood could look at me, watch me all day, try to do whatever the fuck they want. I'm not that. I ain't her. You're not gonna groom me, bitch. If anybody got groomed, I groomed myself when I was little, trying to watch the motherfucking Showtime shit. Right? That's me looking at motherfucking weirdo shit. So I can't say I was groomed. I was handled. I was shown things. But I think that even as a kid, and that's the reason why people have such a difficult time with me, I think that even as a kid, I've had a very strong mind of my own and the ability to make conscious decisions as to how I want the rest of my life to go. But with the caveat of me being autistic, and before I knew it, I used to try to mask as neurotypical, which included hanging out with people when I knew I wanted to keep my ass at home. Because in my adulthood, do I go do those things? You can follow me anywhere. I don't even really go to the mall. I go to outdoor malls. I like outdoor malls because I can find where I'm. It's like realizing the reason why you like certain things. This makes me laugh so much. I don't like indoor malls because I get lost. Doesn't matter how many fucking times I've been there. I get lost. I park my car. God forbid, I don't know how I make it back to my car every time, but it is really a fucking mission. Remembering which door I entered, which direction I walked, what floor I'm on, and like having to do it all again backwards to get back to my car. That's the craziest. It's too much. Going to a mall is overstimulation for me. Going to an indoor mall, because it feels claustrophobic, it feels trapped, and the only reason I do it is because I have special interest stores that I like to go to. I don't want to just go to the mall and walk around. Unless it's an outdoor mall, and then I'm people watching because I enjoy being outdoors. I'm still in a place where there's lots of people, but I don't have the pressures of like buying shit. Like I could walk around and it's just I'm out getting fresh air. So that's why I like the Grove, Glendale's Americana, kinda, because the part of the mall that I actually do have to go into is indoor. But I like taking the bus and walking through the outdoor shit is really cool. It's fun. But having to go into a mall is stressful for me. And the only reason I do it is because I have special interests. Legos, really, that's the only thing. Before it used to be, I used to go get bras, Victoria's Secret bras, because I got this thing with having funny shaped boobs. Like, I don't want you looking at my nipples and shit. Now I don't care. I'm 40 years old and I don't care. 42. But before then, I used to be like, oh no, I have to have the padded bra because if I walk into the freezer, race, my nipples stand out in my shirt and I don't want attention. And then I want to have the full coverage. I like the demi, but it makes me look like I'm a whore trying to show off my boobies. And like, just a regular ass t-shirt bra. Don't look at my titties. Don't look at my nipples. It's fucking titties. Your mama got them, don't she? So yeah, malls. And then realizing Victoria's Secret is actually Victor's Secret. It's a man's fucking idea of what he thinks a woman should wear. That'll make you stop wearing that shit really quickly. right? But the jockey bras are no help. Those little torpedo booby bras that they used to wear in the fit, like, year, the bras have changed so much from where they started at. And I think it's kind of like a touchy subject for me, because that's the whole thing. That's confidence. As a woman, your breasts is confidence. So I remember my sister giving my niece her bra. My sister's got like size B titties, A, B, tiny titties, right? And my niece was wearing a B. My niece is like a D or a double D. She's bigger. She's a bigger girl. I won't call her fat because my niece has a beautiful personality. I think there's emotional damage that causes her to eat things that she maybe wouldn't have eaten if she had been raised in a normal ass fucking environment. So she, with everything being said, the environment that she was given, she did the best that she could. And one of the things that created friction between her father's side and me was a selection of bras. And my sister, I've chalked it up to my sister not giving a shit, because I seen my niece have underwire scars from wearing a bra that's too small. Bras are expensive. A 15-year-old girl, back when she was like 15, when I used to live with my sister and shit, 15, she might have been older. Like, her showing me that she had scars from not having the correct size bra lets me know my sister did not want my niece to be confident. Right? So that's why for Christmas, I used to go and take her either shopping to get at least one bra, because bras, at least her size bra, is really expensive because she got to get extra support. Right? So that is me doing the best that I could for my sister's kids, watching my sister not give a fuck. It's not because you're broke. You got the same $50 I got, but you're going to go fucking buy some shit for yourself. You're a fucking bitch. So if you wonder why I have like a little bit of animosity, it's because I've seen the condition that my sister has left my niece in. It's not care, it's neglect. So that's why I don't get along with her. From a kid, watching my niece sit in the fetal position and every night spend the night on a box spring, and I'm not realizing it is what it is. And then I look and I'm like, that box spring has the is indentation of a child's body. It's why does my nephew, she treated my niece like she's fucking Cinderella. So why does they're twins, why does one kid get different treatment? My nephew was, I feel like I wasn't there for the entire experience of his life, but I feel like my nephew was nurtured, whereas my niece was not cared for. My niece is smart. They're both as smart as each other. They're both smart as fuck. And I don't know if my niece has been able to do as well as my nephew because of having to overcome traumas. The same type of shit I got put through. I can recognize it. That's why I know, finding out that she's doing well in therapy and like better than me lets me know that it's not much more that I can do to help her, because I don't want to go to therapy, because sharing shit allows you guys to hurt me more. So I waited until I healed. So I can come on to YouTube Live and talk about this shit, because physical body damage from somebody who doesn't give a fuck, that's your own parent. Ooh. Oh my God. Right? So that's why I would go get her bras. And then one Christmas, I got into it with my in-laws, I guess you could call them, whatever. Her dad's mom and sister, who I used to get along with, but they wanted to comment about, like, they said, I don't know, somebody said I don't do shit or whatever. And like, there was this big deal because they wanted to get her these fucking jockey bras. Jockey bras are fine and all, but my niece has big fucking titties, and you're trying to give her these bras that don't do anything for her confidence. She cannot sit up straight because her boobs look funny, right? Like, she's sitting hunchback, hunched over like this. So the best that I could do for her confidence was to put her in a bra that actually fit. I took her for a bra fitting. She got motherfucking a bra that fit her. And then every time it's been a Christmas, I don't think I gave them shit last year for Christmas. They're adults now. But every Christmas I've ever spent with them, I've made sure that my niece at least had a bra. The least, right? $50 on a bra, whatever. We got to get the bra on sale. We could try to find two, whatever. But I want to make sure that you have confidence. You can't walk around with the fucking hunchback and your titties all in like this because your bra's too small. You should be able to stick your chin up, stick your head up. My sister didn't ever want my niece to stand up to her, I think. So, and that was like the battle. I also remember the first date, because my niece used to always stand up to her ass. And maybe that's why my sister did it, because she knew my niece was a strong ass bitch. So I remember the first time when I lived with her, the first time that my sister actually hit my niece. And it makes me think, did she not used to hit her because she was actually abusing her? So she knew if she hit her and left a mark, that would be bad. Because the first time I seen my sister hit my niece was when my niece was outside running around screaming at the neighbors, call the cops, all kinds of crazy shit. And my sister went out there, grabbed her and hit her. And I said, that, as awful as that is, you should have done that a long ass fucking time ago. Why haven't you done that? And now I'm starting to realize it, because there's been child abuse. I can say that with almost certainty. Just shy, like, she is really lucky I never called CPS on her ass. And if that's what she thinks, if that's the reason I'm going through all of this, she's so wrong, and she will get everything she deserves. Because I never wanted to see my nieces or nephews in the state wards. I was a ward of the state. From 15 to 18. I never wanted to see them go through that, which is why I sat there and just like didn't say shit about the fucking box spring. But now I realize I should have said something, because I could have stopped my niece's abuse before it got as bad as whatever it got to. Right? It might have caused friction between me and my sister, but out of the whole situation, we would have pulled my niece into safety. Right? Even if it meant me stepping up as a stand-in parent, or my mom having to take a kid that she didn't really want or need, right? It was, how can so many people ignore that situation? Maybe she made the bed so nobody ever got to see it. I think that's what it is. She used to make the bed, but not really. There was often times where all that shit was on the floor in the bathroom because they had a bedwetting problem. And I apologize for telling everybody about the bedwetting problem, but bedwetting problems usually mean there's some kind of like bathroom trauma. Kids don't want to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night because that might be where they're getting touched. You got to go pee? Oh, you got to go pee? Right? And then they think, I don't want to go pee. I'll just do it right here. I don't want to go through that. Right? And then supposedly my sister's husband, even as an adult, had a bedwetting problem. I don't know what that comes from. If his comes from child abuse too. Right? And then let's talk about, how do people end up in gangs? How did he end up becoming a gangster, but he still had a relationship with his family? Right? It's like trauma. Gangs, child abuse, trafficking, all of this shit, all of these repetitive themes, and you guys are trying to get me tied up in this shit. I'm a fucking protector. I'm not tired of I was just thinking, I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of you. I'm not tired of this. Right? And the reason I can't watch it is because it reminds me of the shit that I've seen that I might not have connected to child abuse. All the fucked up shit that adults do to other people is the result of them not having the childhood that they should have. I'm very thankful that I had somewhat of the childhood that I should have, and the only reason it changed from being a perfect childhood was once I got around people with like driver's licenses and stuff. That's the first form of trafficking. Your kid's first friend that has a driver's license, and where they go and what they do with that, that's the first form of trafficking. So if you're a parent out there with a kid who's 15 years old or whatever, it's hard as fuck to just be like, don't do that, or go do what you want to do. But if you really don't know who their friends are and you love your kid, don't let them fucking go. Tell them, I don't care. And you got to stay at home till you're 18, bitch, and let them hate you for it. Because I can tell you the other side of it is if you don't have a chance to be like, my mom was always at work, so I don't have my mom's fucking words ingrained in me until after she seen me start fucking up because she was always at work. So I started getting in trouble because I didn't have a parent at home. So if she was at home, none of that shit would have happened. That's the reason I don't have kids, is because my ideal situation for having children would make it so that I'm there 24/7. Because it's not anybody, none of you motherfuckers is coming over near my kid. Nope. So, like, to have to be around somebody that I wouldn't approve, to be around my children and watch my sister's kids get raised by that person, that's crazy to me. And then to get touched by that person on an event where they thought they was going to take advantage of me. Oh my God. That just solidified everything that I had suspected. When you look at body language and pictures, do you know what a narcissistic hold is? I want you to tell me if you know what a narcissistic hold is, and then I'm going to show you. Narcissistic hold is anytime you see somebody that's got their arm around someone's neck like this and they're holding on to them, whether it be like a photo where they're standing next to everybody, anybody who's got your neck in a chokehold is a motherfucking narcissist. That's body language for narcissistic abuse. As soon as you realize that, you'll stop fucking with those people and you're going to watch their fucking shit just crumble. Because a narcissist always needs a supply. So once you get out of this chokehold, they're going to find the next person they could put in this chokehold. Look at your photos. Go back and look at your photos and see if you can see people who are holding people like this. And tell me your feelings about those people. Do you think those are good people or bad people? Have those people hurt you? This motherfucking chokehold, they got Christmas photos, and almost every single Christmas photo, this motherfucker's holding my niece like this. Get your dick out her ass, motherfucker. So, for those of you guys who think that I'm affiliated with some kind of motherfucking gang, I'll tell you on 100%, on 100, on 1,000, I am not. And I think a lot of your little child abuse shit comes from associations with gangs or the lifestyle that leads you there. So that's why you think it's okay. That's where grooming comes in. The most respectful gangsters, right? I was watching I don't know if it's like a Soft White Underbelly or something. Most respectful gangsters. Oh no, it was like a Rap Tales or something. It was about a RICO case indictment for like Figueroa Street prostitutes and shit. One of those gangsters came on and he said, when you find the kids that want to be out here, send them away. Fucking around with kids is what gets you fucked up. That is the smartest motherfucking gangster ever, because oh my God, it gives me chills in my body. It gives me chills in my body because at least allow them to get to the point where they could decide consensually, right? Even if it is coerced or abused as an adult, we could worry about adults, differently than children. Children are out there doing shit and their brain is not developed enough to know what it is that they want to do. Children, similar to like D4 VID's case, children are the ones who are going to get your shit fucked up. Everybody's looking into these connections and all of this shit, and it goes back to societies and rich people and entertainers and all of this stuff. All of you guys are under the microscope right now because you wanted to fuck around with a little kid. If you let it be someone who's 18 years of age and has the ability, like, I'm not saying it's right, but like me, like how you think I'm a dummy, if you just let me be 18 and be a dummy and decide if I want to or if I don't want to, you can't really get in trouble for that. But when you do it to a kid, you absolutely can get your shit fucked up. So listen to the wise ass gangster And as soon as you find out any of the girls that's hanging around your fucking trap house, your prostitute crew, whatever the fuck it is that you got going on, if you find out any of those people are underage, get them the fuck away from you. Even if it means that your ass has to move. It's not a fucking thing to fuck around with. Right? Even if their parents don't care, if somebody's parents out there that do care, whether it's their child or not, and they're gonna make sure that anybody fucking around with kids is gonna get taken out. So when I seen somebody in the video, like, just, it was a specific photo that got posted, and I don't want to say it because I think karma should do its work, and I hope that it is. And I'm praying that it's another force out there, so I don't have to go and do anything, because I don't want to, and I'm not going to. There's people out there who are already in that space that are gonna handle it. I don't know them. I don't know any of them personally, but they have put a message into the universe that lets me know I don't got to keep going on about this, because really me keeping talking is fucking shit up for everybody. So I want to shut up right now, and I think they're going to allow me to shut up by showing me who they're taking care of. So that's why I want to get to the bottom of these stories, right? Like the kamikaze ass motherfucker who said he will take a shot from a cop as long as he gets his shot off. I want to know why. Because if that has anything to do with saving a child, motherfucker, yeah, I'm not mad at you. I'll see you in heaven, buddy. Right? You're not a suspect in my eyes. You're a savior, if you want to get down to it. Right? Because something about that shit just ain't right. Something about that shit says to me, somebody got their lick back. So, yeah. Really be careful when you go around touching little kids, okay? Because you never know. It might not be their parent. It might be somebody who just gives a fuck way too much. And that's it. Sadistic ritual abuse, at least let them become adults before you try to fuck with someone's head. Right? Between 35 and 42, do you know how many of you guys I have stored in my memory as people who are abusers just based off of gaslighting? You want to gaslight me? At 35 years old, I might come across as a person who thinks, you guys think that I'm a know-it-all, but I've explained to people, I use statements to ask questions, and that's what fucks people up. People think that I'm coming across as a know-it-all. I use a statement because in my experience, people are more likely to tell you that you're wrong than to tell you an answer or the truth. They will either not talk to you, ignore you, skip over it, not talk about it. But if you make an untrue statement, they are going to be the first people to fucking correct your ass. So that's how you get the truth out of people. You make statements and don't ask questions. Right? So when you think about it, anything that I've said on here and you want to try to use my words against me, I'm going to use this very simple fact that my statements, I'm not stating, if I tell you I'm not stating facts, I'll tell you when I'm stating facts, I will very specifically say, this is a fact. Facts only. But if I start making statements and it's confusing you, it's because I'm probably asking you a question and I just want to know what you have to say about it. Right? And then angry people are always the first people to speak up about shit. They're like, that's fucking wrong. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Right? Correct me. Because people love to correct the dummy, not realizing that they're the fucking dummy. Are you going to make a paper trail of motherfucking sadistic ritual abuse because you want to correct me? So after you correct me, I'm going to recite what it is, how I understand it, right? And I like when I get opportunities to like type shit out, write shit out, so then you can follow point by point. And then I'm watching your facial expressions as you get to the point where you realize you fucked up. Right? That's why people don't like transparency. I love transparency. I love transparency because if you tell me one thing and then I repeat what you said to me as I understand it back to a group of people, and everybody in the group is like, that's not what she said to me. That's not what's right. That's not how we do that. Now you have only gaslighted yourself. And now you got to go back and forth and close the space. You got to be like, well, what I meant was so how that comes across, and I'll speak on previous employers, how that comes across in employment is people telling you not to take no. Oh, this is not important. It's nothing you need to take notes on. And they say stuff like that because they've realized that every time you take notes, you're taking notes to fuck this shit up. So if you're gaslighting someone, you don't want them taking notes on it. You're going to tell them, you don't got to take notes, because if you take notes, then you can come back at me and say, well, you said to do it this way. I know because I took notes. I have it written right here. You said this before this comes after this equals this. But when I look back, before I even did it, this is somebody who did it the way, and I just did it the exact same way as them. But you didn't, I don't see anywhere where you're telling them, right? They didn't tell me. So when you're gaslighting people, be very careful of your history. That's my favorite. I like having access to things. I like being able to research well. I'm looking you all in your eyes right now if you're wondering why my eyes are doing like this. I like to let you know that I see into your soul. And I want to let you know that waiting for me to crash out or be so uncomfortable is a long way off. I adjust. I watched that movie. It's called The Bend and Snap, bitch. You gotta bend or else you'll snap. Right? You gotta bend first. Bend. And then you snap. Man, children of our world today, I'm coming to help you. The ones on the hill sent me. The kids on the hill, my nonverbals, they sent me for you. So don't worry. You're not too far out from getting help. Me too. I know I'm not too far out from getting help. I've actually been getting help this whole entire time. I just have to realize it, right? You realize things. Like, everything is not as it seems. And sometimes people have to play a game so that they don't get exposed. So, I do feel safety. There's also ways of reassuring a person along the way. And I do feel safety. Whereas previously, I used to say there's no such thing as safety. My safety comes from knowledge of, if something happens to me, it makes a shit ton of people look bad. Right? And this shit ton of people has some things they don't want anybody to know about going on. So, like I said, I'm going to go back to the blessing of the, just the photo that I seen. It was a message from the universe that let me know I don't have to do anything. Not anymore. Right? Most of what I have to do, I have to go to the doctor and make sure this is not an infection. Make sure this is not an infection. Make sure I'm not pissing out motherfucking flies. Because I was previously told at my last employer, the one that got named in the RICO, that somebody gave us poo-poo sliders. What would poo-poo sliders do? Poo-poo sliders would put E. coli in your digestive tract and cause a urinary tract infection. Poo-poo sliders may have fly larvae in it. But this would be a long time out from poo-poo sliders for me to still be, or just now be, creating flies in my pee. I pay attention to my pee-pee, right? That's what water time is. If you don't know what water time is 1 liter of water in the morning before you drink anything. And I haven't been doing it. Like today I started with coffee already. So, but coffee acidic, but I put enough milk in it for it to just be neutral. So I have to get my acidity level back up in my stomach. Otherwise, I think this might be a problem. But yeah, this shit is real. This shit is real. Poo-poo sliders, really? Whether that's a brain game or not, if I'm pissing out flies, that sounds more realistic. It sounds more dirty, deedy, dastardly. It sounds like adults gaslighting another motherfucking adult trying to make them do things that they shouldn't, they wouldn't, they would never. Um, they would never, because listen, I made this choice. I made a choice, right? To be where I'm at in life. Because you can comply, but compliance didn't get me anywhere. Complying with bullshit got me hurt. Right? When you comply, you're sacrificing a little bit of your happiness. Complying is worse than compromising. Complying is giving up all of your control over the situation. Forced to comply. No. If anything, we're gonna compromise. We gotta come to a middle. Not motherfucking me meeting you all the way over on your side. So my experience in gang stalking has been a large group of people with less brain cells than me trying to force me into compliance. If I can control a wild animal and make them lay still, how are you going to make me comply? If I can make 100-pound dog not bite me and lay down and do what I want it to do by pressure points, not harmful pressure points, but knowing the right places to apply pressure, how are you going to fuck with me? Right? The reason I'm not scared of big ass, vicious ass dogs is because most dogs, it's the same thing as far as controlling them. So I'm not scared of a dog running at me and attacking me because I already know how to control it. So if you're one step ahead of that motherfucker, you'll always be in control. Right? So when I see my mom's dog, when I watch my mom's dog bite on her, I think that's a skit. Because there's no way my motherfucking mom trained me in the way that she fucking trained me and cannot tell that dog not to fucking bite her. She's letting it bite her. Right? My mom has the same ability to train motherfucking animals as I do. So I don't understand. She trained a cat to walk with her. It's not the dog. The dog is not a problem. Now, you could train a cat to walk on a leash with you outside, like walk. I tried it when I was a kid and it did not fucking work. Right? There are things I can admit. It did not work for me. I could not do it. As a kid, I tried to walk a cat on a leash, and the second I walked my ass outside, that motherfucking cat escaped. And then I was late to school. That was a truancy day, right? I was late, almost missed the whole fucking day because I had to get in the bushes and go, here, kitty, 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 kitty. That's before I realized my power and potential as a fucking animal trainer, right? So the cat just showed me, like, you can't control me. Bitch, put the thing on my neck. Watch me get out. And then my experience now with the cat is I don't try to control her, and then she does what I want her to do. Right? I don't have to try to control her. I know this bitch, just like the last cat that I had that I tried to control, has a mind of her own, despite it being a mammal, despite me being able to train like dogs. Dogs are very obedient. It's a difference. That's the reason you can leave a cat at home by itself for a couple days with just enough food. It knows how to self-regulate. It's not going to trip out that you're gone. As long as it's got food and water, the motherfucking cat is independent. A dog is like, oh no, I got to go to the bathroom and nobody's here to take me outside. So that's the difference between dogs and cats. A cat's going to be like, I got this. And the dog is looking for you for companionship. So, having a dog that bites you, you're not telling the dog what it needs to fucking do. I gotta go talk to my mom and go train her dog. Because there's no reason for that dog to be biting her ass. It takes 2 seconds. The first thing you do, I'll tell you right now on the YouTube, you got a bitey dog, you got a vicious dog where you got to tell people, oh gosh, my dog, he bites. What you do, and I'm sharing these secrets because this is stuff that everybody should know, things you should know how to control a biting dog. You take the side of that, imagine on a human, If you are able to get your hands in on a human's mouth and push their cheeks in between their teeth, they're not going to bite you because they're biting themselves first. So they'll release that. They're going to stop biting. I can't bite because that hurts me. I can't bite you because that hurts me. That's how you control a motherfucking dog bite. So instead of screaming, right? Shit hits the fan, your dog's getting attacked. Instead of screaming, go save your fucking dog. Grab that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. When people are like, my dog got attacked, you're a pussy. If my dog's getting attacked, I'm taking that dog's mouth and I'm putting their cheeks in their own mouth. I'm taking my dog, and then I'm going to yell at you for not having control over your dog. Right? I might take your dog with me too. That's my dog now. Because you didn't want to control it. You're doing your dog a disservice. So, oh my gosh. Safety all around. You just have to know how to keep yourself safe and stay away from people who don't, because that's what's going to fuck you up. So like, for the people who are talking about my car and acting all funny, like, she's got to pay for it. Well, she's got to pay. I don't know who you're trying to convince. You're trying to portray a narrative and convince other unknowing people, other people who have never leased a car. Anybody who's leased a car is looking at your shit like, you know, they have loan lease forgiveness, and it's usually to the tune of about $1,500 or so, right? So you could have $1,500 worth of damage on the car, and they're not going to charge you as long as you buy another car from them. Only way I'll have to pay is if I just drop that shit off and I say I don't want another car, right? But I'm fully willing to do that if I can't get a deal that I can afford or a car that I want. I don't want any of your other bullshit. Maybe I'll take a Forester because a Forester is going to let me get a doggy. But I also don't want a car where they could easily get up on my shit. Right? So, it's whatever. I don't know what's clever. Yeah. It's hard. I don't know. It's hard out here for a pimp. Ask the people in the hallway. I bet there's a pimp in this building somewhere. But I don't want to talk about them because I think let's talk about that instead. Okay. Instead of child abuse, let's talk about sex workers. They're different. There's people who are trafficked into sex work, and there's people who choose sex work. People who choose sex work may have chosen it because of childhood traumas. That's how they ended up there. Or some are like literally girls who are going to college for their motherfucking doctorate and are like, I gotta pay this shit off, and this is the best way I know how. Right? It's like literally that fucking shit. It could go any way. So don't judge. I don't judge. I judge if you're out there selling ass and your ass got pimples on it. Because that's hygiene. You're not offering a service for the fucking community anymore. You're infecting people. You're making them sick. You're making them dirty. So go wash if you want to sell your coochie, go wash your fucking ass. And that's all I can say. And I don't know how much of that involved, like, because I'm not experiencing it. I don't know about it. I don't know their living situation, what they are afforded, what they can do. But if you're a pimp out there and you got a hoe with pimples on her ass, take her off the fucking street for a night. Let her fucking clean whatever shit up that she needs to clean up, because that is not, no. You'll make more money. I don't want to give you any fucking hints or anything, but like, my ass is smooth, right? Only time it ever gets dirty is if I'm on a dirty if I sit on somebody's dirty toilet seat, which is the reason why whenever I use anyone else's toilet aside from my own, and even my own sometimes, I have to wipe the toilet seat down. I wipe at least the surface of the toilet seat down, because I'm not trying to have pimple ass. Because if I have pimple, like, I'm a pimple picker. I will pick at my face like I have been. I will pick at this shit. I will pick at pimples on my ass and then make it worse. And then I'll have scabs and open fucking sores and shit. And nobody wants to see that shit. So I think it's really important to have a clean toilet seat. I think it's really important to not have a pimple ass. Even as I cleaned my toilet today, for those of you who don't know what I was doing when I took my shower or whatever, But I cleaned my toilet today because of the fact that I may be pissing out flies and I want to make sure it's not coming from my toilet. So now, if I see anything in the toilet, it's not because I loosen fly debris, it's because the flies are coming out of me. So, I cleaned the toilet and it still doesn't look clean. It looks the same way as it did when I moved in here. Like there's a perma ring around it. The ring will not come off no matter what. I could put vinegar in it. You don't use bleach. Bleach on porcelain is gonna make it sensitive. Bleach cracks porcelain. Vinegar, baking soda, whatever the fuck the scrubby brush shit is. Like, I use it all, and that shit does not come out. The only time I ever seen anything happen to it is when I use the steamer, and the steamer will like loosen some shit up. That's because it's using distilled water. So, yeah, no, I need a whole new toilet. They need to replace all of that shit. I have photos from 2 years ago. It didn't look anything like that. In the last 2 years, the whole entire apartment has deteriorated because there's rot in the walls. They're just waiting for that shit to rot all the way open and through. That makes this really slumlordy. I don't know if the amount of car leases I have had is going to determine when they want to take action on this, what actions they want to take. But I know how to read a contract. When you do a car lease, it's something like 21 signatures. I've done it enough times to know. I'll bring my own pen. I'll use a ballpoint pen, probably my Muji pen. And then, yeah, I like that pen a lot. I like everything, right? So it's things like that when people, let me say this. People who go out of their way to do things that make you happy, I don't even want to ever consider that they would do something nasty or evil to me. That's why I feel protected. It doesn't matter which way it comes from. If someone didn't care, even if it, and I don't want to say this because I don't think that's what it is. I think that I can read energy better than anything. So even if that's what it is, it, like, consideration is everything. Consideration is everything because they didn't have to. They didn't have to do anything to make me like them any more than I do because I already signed up. I said, okay, I don't need gifts. And this person is not like a frivolous, when I worked at Cox Castle, it felt like we were being bribed with the gifts that we received. Like the gift cards, the gifts. My mom said people who spend a lot of time shopping have emotional issues. And I agree with her because you really don't have that much money. It doesn't matter, even if you make a lot of money. Even if you make a lot of money, you really don't have that much money. Like, at some point, why do you think we have insurance? Most people don't have enough money to afford shit. So when somebody is just like that's their love language or whatever, giving gifts, receiving gifts, it's not mine. I've been traumatized enough to know this shit could get taken away from you at any minute. So gifts are not of the most importance to me. Gestures, though, like I received a gift, but it's not the gift, it's the gesture, right? It's not the actual items in the gift. That's another thing. Autistic people have difficulties opening gifts in front of people. I do to a point. I don't want to offend you if I don't like something because I am so particular. Like, my rules for myself are so strong. Like, there's things like, oh, I can't even have that in my house. I can't even have that in my house. So I'm so thankful I didn't feel that way about any of the fucking shit that I received. And I could honestly be thankful for it because there's a lot of people who are out there trying to portray a narrative of me being ungrateful. That's what the V2K and all these people around me are saying. That's what the purpose of the thank you and the excuse me and that shit is to portray a narrative that I don't say thank you. So like when the Amazon driver came yesterday with the very specific timing within the 15-minute window where they can get the photo, the voice file, and whatever else it is, the outfit, direction I walked, where I'm at, whatever. The reason I didn't say thank you is because I don't give a fuck if you want people to think that I'm an ingrate or not. I am thankful enough, and I let more than enough people know how thankful I am. So the voice file shit does not work on me. It does not work on me. And then if you look at some of my last videos, I posted a patent. I didn't fact check that. So I want you to look at it with a grain of salt, fact check it. Go look that patent number up. That'll be your big surprise for the day. I believe it's real because in the past, I have researched a different patent. I don't know if they called it the voice of God or whatever, but it was a patent that had to do with brainwave technology and V2K type shit. And the people who own it, it's our government. And when I asked AI about it, AI lied. AI said, our government doesn't do anything like that. So when you look up actual patent numbers, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to AI and be like, who owns this patent? Or who created this patent? And then I want it to tell me, United States government. Or whoever it was that created it. And then we can draw our circles and we can draw our lines and we can connect the shit. And then the shit can be over. Right? So before I get off and have to go do the shit I have to do, it feels really nice in here because my air conditioner is way too cold. Let me fix that situation. Goddamn. We're just chilling in here, like quite literally. Probably gonna cost me an arm and a leg. Hold on a second. Probably gonna cost me an arm and a leg. This bitch on 60. I told you I don't know how to use this shit. I use it till I get too cold, and then I'm like, oh, we gotta go back up to 80, 82. I'll put that shit on 82 now. 22 degrees difference is showing you I don't know what the fuck an air conditioner is. So now I wasted all that goddamn energy. Now we're gonna get sweaty again, and then it's just gonna be a cycle of motherfucking, this bitch is dumb. But I'm not, because that's how I'm comfortable. To go from hot flashing, I think premature hot flashes, and I don't know if it has anything to do with like all this brain shit that they're trying to do to me, all the different scents in the air, they're spraying hormones, all kinds of shit, right? That's why certain people want to be in the hallway. They're trying to see my reaction if I could tell. I don't know what it is, but it's still too cold. I turned it up to 82. Motherfucker turned all the way down, and I'm still too cold now. And I need a blanket. Or you just deal with it. Just ride it out. You need a jacket? No, just gotta wait. Just gotta wait for it to get back up to 82 until you're too hot again, and then you gotta turn it back down to 60 because you don't know what auto is. You don't know what setting it at 70. I think 78, would be a better one. But I'm not trying to spend all this money running that shit at 60. You realize a 60 on high is eating up so much energy. That's why if I try to make coffee or use the toaster oven, it shuts the power off. So I can only have one appliance over 900 watts running at any given time. When that shit hits, all fucking power turns off. That's why I have to use Ryobi fans, because most of my fans I use the battery pack for, so that I am not running all the fucking energy in my house. I'll charge the battery. It's a slow trickle charger, high capacity battery. Battery, depending on the size of the fan, will last anywhere from like 2 hours to 8 hours, 12 hours, some of them if I keep it on low. If I kept that shit on low, it might last all day. So those little Ryobi $19 fanny fans, that is a hot commodity. I I say the $19 ones, but you already have to have invested in the whole Ryobi ecosystem, because the high capacity battery is like $80. But thankfully the last Home Depot guy gave me a discount and I got a free mini battery. The mini batteries are kind of useless though. Mini batteries, like, the battery fucking died and you're desperate. That little half battery, the high capacity battery is the one. Right? So that adds a lot of weight. If you're thinking about a 40-pound backpack, and let me explain 40-pound backpack. This is for my targeted individuals. My explanation of the 40-pound backpack. The 40-pound backpack is how you end up once you realize you don't have any safe space to store your personal items. Whatever it is that you need to keep clean, like your hygiene. So inside of a 40-pound backpack is going to be a bag that you carry with you everywhere regardless. So when you're out in public and you see someone awkwardly carrying a big ass backpack with them wherever they go, like say you go to a conference, right? And is everybody else left their shit at the table because they're silly and they trust people or whatever, but you get that one person who's got a 40-pound backpack. A 40-pound backpack could be little, it could be big, depends on what's important to them. So in my 40-pound backpack, back when I was working at Louis Brisbois, I used to bring 18. I got a Patagonia. It's not a black hole. It might be a black hole bag, but it's like the upper version of it. It's not the regular black hole bag. It's the motherfucking dunkable waterproof bag. Seam taped, sealed, everything all the way around. And I got it on sale. It was like a $300 backpack. I think I paid $200 for it, $150, maybe even $100. Regardless, it's exactly what I wanted, what I needed. Roll top, so it's all weather. And inside of my bag, I had a 18 terabyte memory hard drive. Right now, one of my hard drives is missing because I thought I had it on this thing right here. I can't find it. It's a blue hard drive. It's a blue, who makes it? But there was one opportunity when someone could have taken it when they came in and did the all unit inspection. I don't want to blame people, so I'm going to keep looking for it. But I have not seen it since then. And I have a feeling that I had it out in an accessible place. So I'm still cleaning my apartment and I haven't seen it or found it yet, but I still have a lot of cleaning left to do. So I'd be surprised if that shows up somewhere with some shit on it. Some shit on it that I didn't do. But they would be dated. You'd have to go back and do the metadata on it. So anything that gets put on that hard drive after July 6, 2026, if they did not go back and date it, like change, any modifications to that hard drive. I haven't added to that hard drive in years. 2 years, probably 2 or 3 years. I can't even tell you. And that hard drive, it's matched. I have matching. I did double motherfucking hard drive updates with a memory stick. So I got a USB and a hard drive with the same. It should have identical information on it. So we'll see. If someone took it, I'm not at a loss because I have a backup. So I just like to find it, and I'm praying that they didn't put anything on it that's not mine. Because I'm watching the news and you see people get set up all the time for shit. So that whole incident could have been orchestrated because maybe they had seen that I left it out in a place that was accessible, and they was just hoping I didn't notice it before they got to come in. Similar to how I have a backpack that's missing. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone out there found a backpack with that hard drive in it and some more of my shit. Because supposedly people go through my trash can trying to pull out my shit, which is why when I empty my trash, I empty the whole trash bag into the bin. So you could just dig through everything, but there's no way you're going to grab a bag of my trash and be like, this is all her shit. You're going to be like, I don't know if that's hers. I did check the trash can before, but who knows? Anybody could have thrown something in there. So, things in my apartment I need to find. The motherfucking hard drive. I'm concerned about that. A missing hard drive is a big deal. So, I may have put it in a lockbox, so it might be safe. But I'm going to search around. I have 2 lockboxes right now I need to search. 3 of them. And so in my 40-pound backpack, it's like an 18 terabyte hard drive that has a portion of my security camera feed backed up on it. It has a lot of the GoPro files, a lot of the videos, a lot of the shit from early on in my stalking, that if we were to compare that to some of the stuff that I know now, you're definitely getting put away in jail. Anybody, like specifically the man that looks at my camera like he wants to murder me, you're gonna get put in jail if you keep fucking doing that shit. Like, body language doesn't lie. I could post 3 pictures right now, and should something happen to me, you're the number 1 suspect. Right? I have them on my phone. They're in my iCloud. You have to have access to all of this stuff and be able to delete it, right? So, especially when it's getting closer to the end of the month and you guys are trying hard, and then all of a sudden you show up on my camera as if you want me to be like, look at this creepy predator, look at this. I don't give a fuck. You live here too, right? You're a neighbor, no? You're welcome to walk the halls as much as anybody else, no? So that's why you have new neighbors move in, and the first assignment you give them is walk back there down the hall and go look and see. And then look like you're trying to check in on the camera across the street. And then let's see if that makes her go crazy and talk about you, take pictures and try to post you. Because they're trying to get everybody in this building to speak out against me. Does everybody in this building have a job? Does everybody in this building have a car lease? Does everybody in this building have paychecks that can show they make gainful employment and where it goes? Does everybody in this building keep their receipts? Because I find it pretty hard and unbelievable if everybody in this building wants to conspire against me, yet none of you guys have real fucking jobs. Right. None of you guys have real jobs. None of you guys have retirement savings. Is that what I heard? All of my money is traceable. All of my money can be traced back to the source. There's not pocket money being made. I'm not a waitress. I don't get tips. Any money that I receive gets reported to the IRS. I can't even tell you the last time I received money from my own person that I did not have to report. Right? Even getting shit from my mom is never just giving me money. I always have to pay that shit back. That's my own money. I just get an advance on it. So, like, when people go out and do shit because they think they're stretching me they may be, right? Like damaging my car, thinking that I'm gonna fix it. I'm not. I'll go 3 years with the hood scratch because I know how much it costs to fix that. I don't drive a Mercedes. I don't drive a BMW. It's a Subaru. It's going to get a Band-Aid sticker, if that. And the only reason it didn't is because it's the hood and it's going to leave a paint change color on it. Right? More inconspicuous spot, I might put the little Band-Aid sticker on it and chalk it up and call it a day. Because I'm not trying to be impressive. I don't need to impress anybody. If you see me come up somewhere, if you're looking and be like, what kind of car does she drive? One that got scratched the fuck up by gang stalkers. What does it matter what kind of car I drive? Manual transmission, bitch. Right? So it's like 35 manual transmission cars, and the next one that I get is going to be any one of those. So, oh my gosh, you guys are funny as fuck. That's why I love talking to you. Who's getting ready to go meet me in the hall and be an awkward weirdo? We're gonna go wash the car right now. Or not. I could just say things because I could hear you guys outside my door acting stupid. Like surrounded. I'm surrounded by stupidity. Somebody told you this shit's gonna work. You're gonna make me crash out. You're not. I just stayed up all night on YouTube just so you guys could keep your eyes on me for the 24/7 hours that you gotta monitor me. I'll make it easy for you. I'll make it easy for you. And I also want everybody to see that the only time you see me acting crazy is when I see these motherfuckers who do this shit to me in the hallway, who do this shit to me outside the building. People that I don't... My baseline is very good for this area. If you're not brown, you probably don't live here. If you look like a drug addict, you're probably going to one apartment, not mine. Don't walk next to me. Don't try to have me let you in the building. I'm going to stand there and look at you stupid every single time. Like, I don't need to go in as long as you're there because I know that you're here waiting for your drug dealer and you're trying to make it look like I am too. Right? I don't need your drug dealer to buzz me in. I have a key to the building. If I want to let myself in, I can buzz myself in. So every time somebody wants to stand in front of the doorway and hold me there, it just becomes a staring competition where I'm like, I'm not getting anywhere near your fucking weird ass. And anytime I see you guys on the steps, you guys don't realize what normal etiquette is. Because when I'm going down the steps with my cart, it goes two ways. I stand enough to the side that I don't care if you're in a rush and you have to blow past me. But common sense says, maybe because I started plucking my gray hairs again, you guys don't see I am an older lady. I am. I'm not old yet. Old. I do, well, compared to how old I thought 42 was when I was a kid, I am old. But I understand the offers for help. I don't want it. I'm still at the age right now. I just realized, like, I'm tired of moving one of my dehumidifiers around, so I'm gonna look to put wheels on it because I'm tired of moving that shit around. Right? That shit hurts my back. In order to clean that shit, I gotta move it into the bathroom. I gotta move it into the living room. That shit is a pain in the ass. Once that tank is full, I'm gonna drop it. So, no. And then I'll come back later and talk about more. But I just want you guys to know all of these things. Okay.